We are here with softball coach Orlando Salinas after a couple of wins, a sweep up in Dallas against UT Dallas. Obviously, they're a Lone Star Conference newcomer. I mean, how do you go into a matchup like that where that's the first time those two programs have ever faced off? Like, you don't fully know what to expect compared to other conference teams that you see year in and year out.
Well, I mean, we've looked at some video from their previous games, and their coaching staff, they've played at a high level, and I know that they've been around Division I programs, so we knew they were going to be a very competitive team, a team that's going to be well coached, and so going into that matchup, we didn't take anything lightly.
Now, the offense looked great again, 30 runs total in that series. We'll talk about a couple of records that you guys set, but it wasn't just last weekend. It wasn't just last Friday. The offense has been humming for a minute now. How do you feel about all of these girls and their approach to the game and what you guys have coached offensively?
I'm telling you, we've really put a premium on our offensive attack, and so when we go to practice, we've got a lot of different things that we're doing right now with our girls as far as recognizing the rise and recognizing the back door. And so they're really working hard, and they're coming in for extra work. And like I've said before, we've got a lot of young prospects, but they're turning the corner right now, and that hitting is getting contagious, and it's really rewarding to see all the work they've put in, and now it's starting to pay off.
Told you we'll talk records. 21 runs, couple of things. One is the most runs scored by a Javelina team since 2005 in a single game. It's also the first time in school history that you guys have scored 20 or more runs in a game twice in the same season. Your reaction to that?
Like I said, A&M-Kingsville's softball program has been very successful in the past, and to know that we got into the record books this year with our team and with the way they've been hitting is super impressive. So my hat's off to our ladies for working. It's not easy to hit in the Lone Star Conference. It definitely isn't. And UT Dallas has some really good arms. And so for us to string together a bunch of hits like that, and it's just very rewarding as a coaching staff to see that we're turning the corner.
Now, you mentioned a couple of times the young bats, right? You've got a lot of young kids playing in the lineup, a lot of young kids hitting. Right now you have 3 underclassmen who are top 35 in the Lone Star in batting average. It's Vic, Laney, and Chong. How do you feel about that? What can you say about those 3?
Those 3, when we recruited them, we knew we were getting bats, right? We just didn't know how quick they were going to adapt to the college game. Laney came in from Stephen F. Austin Division I program and didn't get a whole lot of opportunities. So, her coming over here, I think it put a fire in her gut. She knew she was getting a great opportunity to crack the lineup. And for Chong and Vic, I mean, they're freshmen right now. But I told them this weekend, I said, you're not freshmen anymore. You're two months away from being sophomores, and you've been through the battles. And so to see them and how they've adapted to hitting the movement and the Lone Star Conference pitching has been very impressive, and I can't be more proud of them.
Now we'll look ahead real quick. Only had one doubleheader series last weekend, only have one this coming weekend. Bit of an odd schedule, a little bit lighter for these next few weeks for you, but the lone matchup that you guys do have is against a team you've already played and already beaten, the Dust Devils. You're going to their place this Sunday. Couple of questions. A, just what are you expecting out of them? And B, does it help or hurt that you've beaten them already this year?
Look, like I've said before, in the Lone Star Conference, there's no team you can take lightly. I don't care if you've beat them 6 times in a row. It's just so competitive. I know Laredo just came back from playing Central Oklahoma, who's a ranked team. So they've got a lot of battles under their belt, and so do we. And home field advantage is real, and we're going into Laredo, and we've got to continue to put the bat on the ball, play good defense, and pitch well. So we know we're going to go. We have our challenges this Sunday, but we feel very confident. We've been playing good softball, and if we can just stick to our system, our tempo, our way of doing things, I think we're going to be fine.
That's all I've got for you. Thank you, Coach.
Go Hogs.